in order to be the well-rounded business owner that you need to be, you need to grow your business the hard way, which is by using your money and no one else's. Hey folks, Randy here, Dulin Cut Trim. I was talking to a friend of mine over this weekend. I was helping one of his relatives move, and he and I ended up in the same truck together, and just were talking. And we were talking about business and, just different things about it. Like, obviously I own my own business, and I think he thinks about starting his own a lot. And we got on the subject of business loans. And he asked me what I thought about them. And I answered him honestly, and I figured I'd share it here too. I don't like them. I know my opinion's not going to be a popular one, but I really don't feel good about taking out a loan for your business. I think it actually is a pretty dangerous thing to do, and it honestly borders on stupid, especially in the very beginning. Honestly, that's partly because of the way my business education went in the beginning. I didn't go to college for business. I went to college for child development. So most of what I learned about business was from talking to other business owners, but mainly YouTube. And I decided I wanted to look at what the words of business owners who had made it big, but were self-made, and see what they had to say. And I came across a clip from Mark Cuban, and the line sticks in my head. It crosses my mind a lot, where he said, "You have to be a moron to start a business on a loan." And the reason is, if you go out of business, the bank's still going to want their money. They don't care that you're going out of business. And that always really stuck with me. And, I thought about it more and more. And I was actually on a Facebook group, one of these lawn care business Facebook groups. And a guy was on there and posted a GoFundMe and was like, "Hey, I'm, come on hard times. I need some money to, get a lawnmower set, get to buy a new lawnmower." And, I give a lot. I keep cash in my pocket so that if a homeless person ever comes up to me, I can give them money. I'm not saying that's something you have to do. It's just something I've always chosen to do. And so I clicked on his deal and saw, he was asking for like $3,000. And he was wanting to buy himself a commercial machine, brand new. And it kind of got me thinking, and it really bothered me, because when I started my business, I didn't get a loan. I hopped on Craigslist, and I had about $50 to play with, and I bought a $40 mower. And it worked good, but it was a push mower. And I had to slowly build from there. And, building from there, when I got my first commercial mower, finally, after it took about a year and a half before I was able to buy one, and it was old. And I had to do a lot of work to it. I had to learn how to work on it. Because I had an older machine, I had to learn how to take care of it. I had to learn how to make the repairs. And I had to learn every part of my business, not just the mowing, but also the maintenance side, and learning how to take care of your equipment. And these are lessons that if I had easy access to money, I wouldn't have learned. It would have been easier to start a business without a loan. It would have been easier to start my business with a loan, but I would have been shortcutting important lessons that I wouldn't have learned, if I had gotten that loan. You learn the value of the dollar when all the dollars you have access to are the ones that you generated. You know, if I have access to money, I'm not going to be as wise with it if I'm limited to what I can produce. You know, and I know not everybody will agree with me on this, but the way I think of it is, if you take like an electrician, and imagine you could either go to electrician school and you could learn the lessons involved in becoming an electrician. You follow through and take the tests and get the certifications, and it takes a while to do that. It can take a couple years. Well, imagine if instead of doing that, you could just pay 15 grand or 20 grand and just bypass all that learning and just get your certifications. You know, you would then be in a situation where you're a certified electrician, but you don't know what you're doing because you didn't learn the lessons you needed to learn along the way. And for me, I feel the same way about getting a loan to start your business, is that there's a lot of lessons you need to learn when your business is growing that you can't learn if you have access to that money. I know, like I said, I know a lot of people disagree with me on that, but that's how I feel about it. I think there are things that you need to know that you can only know by not having money. I know guys will say you need money to make money, and that's not really true. You don't need hardly any money to make money. My business is proof of that. But if you're going to grow, but I guess what I'm saying is a lot of people want to say, if you want to grow fast, you got to spend a lot of money. And I guess that's probably true, but patience is a real virtue in business, and a lot of things that come up fast go away fast. Technologies that come quickly also tend to die quickly, but something that's slow and steady and then slowly builds and slowly adds, it tends to have more staying power as opposed to something that's just automatically built. So, like I said, I know that I'm probably going to catch some heat for this because I know a lot of guys are going to disagree with me, but I don't believe in business loans. I don't believe in business credit. I think in order to be the well-rounded business owner that you need to be, you need to grow your business the hard way, which is by using your money and no one else's. Not to say that you can't grow it, with a loan. Obviously you can, and a lot of people do, but to me it's an unnecessary risk. So many businesses don't last, and then you are saddled with that debt from a business that doesn't even exist anymore. It seems like a foolish risk to me, but that's my opinion. I would love to hear yours, and I'm sure you've noticed that I will respond to you in the comments. I like talking to people. I like learning. I feel like I've learned a lot from people on YouTube. Hopefully you learned something from me, so I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about it. Have a good one.